Okay. Mudassir, you had some questions last time regarding activity. Tell me, what is the question?
Uh, yes, Manoj. Yeah, my question was when we are installing AD on
Hmm.
domain controller and a
Okay.
local PC,
Hmm.
so with respect to the rights, with respect to the access, how do we distinguish? How the access are given separately? To what level, I mean?
Access to what?
Access for I mean, this normal access, creating user, resetting password, creating group, etc.
Hmm. Yeah, for that you have to give the roles, assign the roles. That's what you're going to see today in Azure AD. Once you see in Azure AD, similar thing is there in the local also. You
Mm-hmm.
have to make them member of some group, and the group has got some built-in groups are there with built-in roles. That you have to give.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So first, the administrator is there. The administrator has all the rights, but then he can delegate the rights to other people. That's what we are going to see today. Okay.
Okay.
In
Yeah.
Azure AD, we are going to see that. Any other question?
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Sir, I understand a domain is a family of computers,
Hmm.
but what actually is this domain useful for?
To control the family from one place, to give the
Like,
security,
yes,
to give permissions, to create users from central place.
the previously we used domain softtool dot local,
Hmm.
and we call it dot local is a domain.
No, software.local is the family name, domain name.
Okay,
And if supposing any computers, they say machine A, so its full name will be machine A.softtools.local, like that. If there's some user, so it will be username like Ritik, user you create. So Ritik at softtools.local, like that. So softtools.local is the family name.
okay.
Here, domain name or family name, like this.
And previously
Here,
we have also discussed about the uh, local Active Directory and something called Azure Active Directory, which is
hmm,
a cloud one.
yes,
And we have studied that in between the common thing is authorization and authentication, which is the
correct.
use मतलब यूजर मतलब एक पासवर्ड या फिर एक ऑथेंटिकेशन भी दे सकता है उसके अंदर दोनों को कंट्रोल करने के लिए.
Hmm,
Just double checking that.
yes, yes.
And there is the last pick we have discussed in which uh, there's three subscribers. In the first subscriber and the second is common, and the first and third is common.
Uh, Come again, what is saying?
Sir, the last pick we have discussed in which they have subscribers about subscriptions, subscriber
Hmm,
1, 2, and 3.
hmm,
So I couldn't understand that properly.
okay.
In which they have common subscribers.
Yeah, just a sec. Common subscript AD is common for them. Activity is common for them.
No, the persons are also common in the both. Like subscriber 1 and 2 is common. Subscriber 1 and 3 pupils are common. Might be the slide number 49.
Just a second. I'll open that slide. Just a second. All right. So I was just checking for Ibrahim. Mhm. Okay, I'll open that presentation. Just a minute. Let's discuss on that. Hmm. I'm opening that. Just a second. Okay, I'll share my screen now. Kev, you can come to this class. Hmm. Wherever you go. Okay, so we're talking about this, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, what is the doubt in this? Tell me, Ritik.
Sir, in which we have the green person, which is
Yes,
in
subscriptions, no?
subscription one and subscription D is common, and in subscription to the orange one and the subscription to orange person is common.
Ritik, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible to you all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, 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 you are.
Yes.
Sanjay, Arfat, am I
Yes, we
audible?
can hear you. Yeah, yeah.
I can't hear you, anyone. Am I audible to everyone? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, you are, Manoj.
Yeah, I can't hear you guys. Just a second. What is the issue? It's the audio setting here. Audio settings. Hello, can you hear me now? Hello. Say something. Someone.
Yes,
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 sir.
Manoj.
Yes, we can hear you.
Some audio setting issue. Yeah, so what is the issue here? That these are two subscriptions under one Azure Active Directory, right?
So
Which
the
part is
problem,
not clear to you, Ritik?
so the
Hmm?
problem is the what's the use of the person is green in person in one in subscription three are common, and subscription one and two are person are common. Hello.
हाँ,
तो ये कॉमन है तो इससे मतलब ये व्हाट he can he want to show by saying that the person are same, मतलब ये बोलना क्या चाह रहा था मतलब कि ये सेम है तो इसका निकल क्या रहा था इससे मतलब अगर एजोर में सेम होते हैं तो सब्सक्राइबर्स।
it only tells you that see Azure Active Directory means one tenant, one is
या
separate tenant, separate organization.
या
Azure Active Directory one means one organization. It shows that you can invite one user from another organization to your organization, okay,
ओके
for working. So that's called as guest user. We can invite guests from the other Azure Active Directory to your organization. That's what it means.
ओके
Getting?
so it could be three in one subscription, one in one subscription, or any other in one subscription.
Yeah, user can, I mean, like as I told you yesterday or day before yesterday, that you can invite a person from another organization, like your client.
Yeah.
You want to give some access to the resources in your organization, so you can invite it as a guest user. You need not create the account for that client again. Okay, you can just send an invitation and you can add him to your Active Directory, and then you can control access to him. Getting now?
Yes, sir. So this
Eh,
picture only depicts that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Clear? Any other question? Sanjay, Arfat,
No,
Mudassir,
sir.
clear?
Got it. Yeah.
Okay,
No, no, we can go ahead.
okay. So we started with the subject of Active Directory. So Active Directory is in one line we can say it is identity management solution, identity provider. Identity provider means two things: authentication and authorization. So for any IT system, you require two things. One is authentication, other is authorization. Authentication means checking the username password.
Yes.
Authorization means checking the responsibilities, the roles, means giving the permissions, necessary permissions. So we need something by which we can control the access. That's what you're talking, right? Mudassir, you want to know how to control the access, right?
Yes, yes, Manoj.
So first is authentication. First, creating the users. So we'll be doing exercise in Azure Active Directory for creating users, then giving the roles to the user, like what user can do with the once the user log into the system to the Azure. Okay, that also we have to study. So on premises, Active Directory, on premises, we have something called Active Directory. That's what we saw yesterday, right? Day before yesterday, last class. On premises, we have something called as Active Directory, which people are using. So if you join any organization, mostly they'll be using Windows servers only. Windows solutions are there, right? So there'll be a, as I told you,
Active Directory.
this Active Directory will be used, something like this. We have two domain controllers. Why do we have two domain controllers?
If one crashes, other can back up.
Yeah, that is one thing. And one more reason for that. What is the other reason?
For fault tolerance and performance.
Fault tolerance and performance. Correct.
Performance.
Performance, how you will get?
By dividing the roles,
Correct. Very good. By dividing the roles. So every organization, they will have at least two domain controllers. So on premises networks, what they do, they prepare a domain. Domain means a family. डोमेन मतलब क्या फैमिली हो गया राइट
so sir, if we say google.com, so what is the domain? Google.
google.com the whole thing is domain
So it means an address.
it is just
जैसे
a
जैसे
name
किसी
no
पर्सन का नाम हुआ, किसी इंडिविजुअल का नेम हुआ.
जैसे आपका पूरा नाम बताइए व्हाट इज योर फुल नेम
ऋत-
ऋतिक
या ऋतिक बनानी.
व्हाट इज योर मिडिल नेम
Nothing.
sometimes you have middle name also na first name middle name last name
Yes sir.
so I can say Ritik dot middle name dot last name like that so that is your full name right
Yeah.
but your domain name will be middle name dot last name getting
Okay.
clear now
So we can say the nickname or the family name.
family name yeah
Okay.
because why do we have middle name last name we have
No,
middle
no
name
sir.
last name why because if you just keep your name as Ritik there's so many Ritiks in the world right
Yeah.
there is one Ritik Roshan also so are you Ritik
Yes sir.
Roshan
No.
maybe you are I don't know okay so that's the reason like when you create a network we create a domain name a family name which has to be unique like our family name we have taken a domain name softtoolscomputers.com right so nobody in the world
Yeah.
can take this name now because it is reserved by us so this name nobody can take but if you are making a private domain you have to use dot local you can use anything but dot local it's a private but if you want to make a domain or a network which is globally accessible you have to use a global domain name which is unique all over the world
Okay.
you have to purchase that name. You have to take on lease. .com, .co, .in, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So softtoolscomputers.com domain we have purchased. It's our property now. Nobody in the world can. Nobody means nobody in the world can take that name. Got it? So whatever resources we create, even our email IDs, like my email ID is manoj at softtoolscomputers.com, like that. Admin, it is admin at softtoolscomputers.com, support at softtoolscomputers.com. Even the emails we have created with the same domain name. Clear? So domain
Yeah.
name is like a family name. Clear?
Yes, sir.
And in on-premises network, they create a domain like this, a family, and which is controlled by domain controllers. At least two domain. These are like head of the families. Domain controller is a server, a machine, which has a Windows Server operating system installed, and Active Directory is configured on this. So with that, it can control the whole network from one place. That means you will create users, groups, everything from here. Users for your domain, the groups for your domain, any policy, any permission you want to give, you can control from one place. Getting? Sanjay, Arfat is very silent today.
Yes, sir, I'm there.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. So,
So,
so like you were saying, Manoj, for softtoolscomputers.com, you have purchased that domain. So, do they, even for that, do they bill you monthly or is it like a yearly charge?
oh, Baba, don't get into my accounts.
No, no, I was just trying to understand how are those types of subscriptions. Are they also a monthly subscription if I want to purchase a
You
domain,
take
or
for
are
two
they
years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 7 years. You can take the name like that.
okay? So you can take it on a one-time basis also, like a long-term subscription.
Yeah, yeah. 1 year,
Okay,
2 years, 3 years, 5 years,
okay, okay,
7 years.
okay.
Okay.
Got it. Yeah.
Any other question? Mudassir, clear?
Yes, Manoj.
Okay, great. So this Active Directory on premises is a totally different subject altogether. Okay. It's a different course altogether. Totally different thing. Okay. So I'm just giving you a brief idea like what that domain means. So if you join any organization, they may have on-premises networks like this, and they may have domain controllers on which the activity is installed, and through that they control the whole network. They manage the users and computers and everything through one place. And we also discussed something about single sign-on, SSO. What is single sign-on, Ritik?
So like one time we have to give the password or the key to enter or authorize something. Like a remember me option in our computer or phone.
Hmm. Yeah, so you just connect once. Okay, you give your username, password, you are diving into it, and it is done, right? Then it will not ask you that damn password again. Okay, till you're logged in. So you can access all the resources of your network. There may be many servers, many services, many applications. It will connect you with them, provided you have authorization for that. Okay. Sign in is single time authentication. They know that your family ka bacha, your domain user. Plus, after that, then depending on what authorizations you have, you'll be able to access the resources. Clear now? Yes, everyone? Please ask questions. If it's not clear, please ask. Then, what is the main difference between Active Directory and Azure Active Directory? Who will tell me? Mudassir,
The
can you tell me the difference
can
between
we
Active Directory and Azure Active Directory?
the
Yeah,
Active
sure.
Directory?
Huh? Mudassir will answer.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
sir.
okay. Yeah, so Active Directory is basically on premises, like a local Active Directory it will be, and Azure Directory is managed over the cloud.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Sanjay, we said that last time that we can synchronize between Active Directory and Azure Active Directory. It means what? Exactly what it means.
So if I remember correctly, like this one network where you're using the applications on premise. I mean, using the on premise Active Directory, and
Hmm.
the other one where if you have applications which are on cloud, there you will use the Azure Active Directory. So I think in the same office they can use an on-premise Active Directory also and an Azure Active Directory also, depending on where they are hosting that particular application. If that application, let's say one application where they want to give that access, that application is on the on-premise environment, and the other one could be on the cloud. So they will need to use both.
Hmm.
Is that right?
So actually,
I think I was only partially correct, but I could be wrong. Not sure.
is anybody else would like to try?
Sir, actually, while working, I have come across this scenario where a client had one database on OP on premise and the other one was hosted on Azure. So I think if they have like multiple databases, then it could happen that they would need to provide access to the user to both of those databases, one on premise and other one on Azure. So in those kind of scenario, this might be helpful.
Yeah, Azure is the extended network nowadays. Azure is extended network nowadays. So we have network like those companies which are having networks on premises, they also have on cloud. Okay, so that becomes the extended property, extended thing. So new resources, new servers, they will take on Azure. So what they want is like if you create a user in Active Directory, local Active Directory, the same user should replicate in the Azure also, Azure Active Directory also. So no need to create that user there, and vice versa. That is what we mean by syncing. Okay. So again, this is a single sign-on experience. Once you sign in, you can access the resources on premises as well as resources on cloud with the same sign-in. Getting? Hello?
Yes, sir.
That
Yes,
is
sir.
the whole idea.
Yes.
Single sign-on to access on premises as well as on cloud resources. Both the resources will be accessed like that. Right?
Manoj, uh,
Yeah.
question. If I want to sync everything from local AD to Azure AD,
Hmm.
uh, how it would be? Like all the steps should be done one by one, or we can mirror it through any software, or how it is done
This
exactly?
Azure AD Connect software. See this screen. This you can
Okay,
take
okay,
snip of this.
okay.
Azure AD Connect. So this software will sync between the two. Azure AD Connect.
So does that mean it is going to, when we talk about sync, is it going to sync that on-premise environment and that Azure cloud environment?
Environment as in users, groups,
Okay,
the
okay.
user information, the security information, policy information, whatever.
Okay.
Okay, have you all taken the snip of this?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Like this diagram yesterday you took, right? You can see the common theme. You see this middle part which is common between the two. What is there in that? Users and groups, authentications plus authorizations. So that is common for both. So you don't have to manage them separately. You can manage them like that. Getting? Hello. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Manoj.
Okay. So we have revised everything, and this diagram is what the subscription. We saw that subscription is what a billing entity. Okay. Subscription is for a particular reason. Region you will take one subscription, right? Subscription is a billing entity rather. And means who will pay the bill? Like sometimes your organization has got number of different business units, right? So you would rather take separate subscriptions so that each unit is responsible for making payment for their particular resources which they are using. Okay. And these subscriptions, they all come under one Azure Active Directory. It is possible that multiple subscriptions will trust only one Azure Active Directory. Azure Active Directory is for managing the users, groups, the permissions, authentication, authorization, right? So even though you have different subscriptions, they can have one single Azure Active Directory. So for that, I told you, yes, our star student Ibrahim has come.
Oh,
He is
that's
wearing
fine.
a very nice monkey cap. It's very cold weather in Pune.
Yeah, actually, I came from far away.
But honestly, after looking at him, I am feeling cold.
Ah,
Both cap also wearing some
yeah,
jacket to protect him. I am only feeling very helpless character in the world.
so
So much.
we will get back to our normal character.
All right.
Okay.
So I think this is clear. I gave you one example last time. Do you remember how about controlling the world? Do you remember anyone remembers what example I gave?
Yes, Hitler
Mr.
sitting
Hitler
on
on.
chair and playing with globe.
ruling over the world.
Yes. Who said this? Who replied this?
I think Mudassar. Yeah.
But this said, okay. I gave you example of Charlie Chaplin, right? Charlie Chaplin, one
Oh,
movie which I
sorry,
saw.
I said Hitler. Sorry.
Yeah, but he acted in that movie. He was acting like a Hitler in a funny way, and the
Playing with the
title
globe.
song only the Charlie Chaplin is shown as wearing a army dress with a short mustache, and the globe is shown as a big balloon, Earth, full Earth in that, and he's just playing with that balloon, just heading by head, by chest, by leg, by hips, just funny way he's just tossing the world like that. So that shows the mentality of the Hitler, like how what he wanted to do with the world, right? So you guys are also like Hitlers, but for Active Directory, okay, not for huh? So Active Directory has got that kind of capacity that you can manage all subscriptions,
Yeah.
manage everything. Management is the most important thing, because if you want to run a big organization, there are so many services, so many servers, so many applications, so many users connecting from various places. So how to manage them, how to keep record, how to keep auditing, how to keep things track of all that thing. We need a good control. So
Yeah.
so I think you got the helm of it, right?
Yeah.
Clear, everyone? Okay, now we come to the roles. I also explained you users and groups. So what is the difference between user and group? Arfat, user and group.
So if we talk about user and group, I guess user would be a single user and group of user means like we create these groups for a bunch of users to give them the access. Is
Hmm.
that right?
Hmm.
Like we were seeing other day, like any department inside an office could be a group. So that will be a completely separate group, and there will be computers assigned to that particular group. And
Group
I
is
think
a
you had
collection
given,
of
yeah.
users.
Mhm.
Group is a collection of users. So instead of giving permission to one user, you would prefer to give permission to a group of users,
Yeah, correct.
right? So that is the whole thing. Instead of giving permission to one user, you want to give permission to a group of users, right? So you will have lab, activity lab where you will create user, you will create groups, okay? And then you will give permissions. So permission you want to give one by one or you want to give a group of permission, collection of permission. What is preferable?
Collection.
Group of
Producer.
people.
Group of
Group.
users. Group of users.
No, group of users fine. Users different. I'm talking about permissions now. Permissions. Permissions you want to give one by one,
One
Group of
or
one
you
by
will,
one,
Group
sir.
make a bunch of permissions and give. Okay, these are the things you can do. Authorization. Permissions means giving authorization that you can do task one, task two, task three, task four, task five, like that. A bunch of five permissions I give, or just I give one permission. What is better? When
So
you
it
make a
depends on the user actually, what specific permission a user needs.
hmm, like for example, a manager, what authorization manager will have? What all the manager can do?
read, write, modify, lead, all these things. Have the full.
So we want to, in the real world also, we want to create roles. Okay, we create manager role, we create a lead role, we create a agent role. Why we create a role? We say, okay, you are a team leader, and this is the authorization. This is what you can do. Blah 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 blah. Right? Your manager, this is your role. So this is what you can do. Blah 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 blah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tasks you can do. You need not ask anyone. That is your authorization. Getting?
Yeah.
So you create roles. So same way in Azure also you'll create roles and you'll assign to either user or to the group. Getting now?
Yeah, good.
Giving permission means assigning roles.
Hmm.
Is this clear to everyone?
And roles means a bunch of permissions.
Permission. Very good. Very good. God bless you.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, sir.
In spite of cold weather, you can think so much. Good. That's right. So role means a bunch of permissions. Clear? It's bunch. It's not brunch. So you guys will become hungry. Brunch is different. It's bunch. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's some
PSC.
built-in roles. There's some built-in roles which are defined in Azure, which you can assign to the users or the groups. Okay.
Hmm.
So what are those? Let's see. So this is called role-based access control. Take a snip of this. So we are focusing on Azure Active Directory. Okay. On-premises Active Directory is a totally different subject altogether. Okay. What we are learning Azure, Azure Active Directory. How to create users, how to create groups in Azure Active Directory, AAD. And then how to assign roles to them. Okay, Mudassir, clear?
Yes, Manoj.
Yes.
Otherwise, Active Directory on-premises is a different subject altogether, different studies. They're two different things. Okay. Now, understand this. Azure Resources and Azure AD have independent permission management system. Azure roles, see, look at this, Azure roles.
Yeah.
And there is something called Azure AD roles. So two types of roles are there. One is Azure roles, another is Azure AD roles. So Azure roles are used to manage the resources such as virtual machine storage, etc. So that is Azure roles, used to manage roles,
Resources.
resources,
Mm.
virtual machine storage, etc.
Yeah.
Okay. Whereas Azure AD roles are used to manage user accounts and password for application management. We want to control access to the machines like virtual machines. You create machines in Azure, you want to give access to that. You have to manage that. Who will have what kind of access, right?
Mm.
Also, if you have some applications, you want to manage uh, roles to access applications as well. User accounts, and you want to which application, which user can access or which group of people can access, right? Clear? So that comes under Azure AD roles. So Azure AD roles are different and Azure roles are different. So two types of roles are there. So roles is nothing but a collection of permissions which are assigned to groups or user, right? Clear? Any questions in this? Please ask right now. Anyone? Clear to everyone?
So Manoj,
Yes.
like
Yes, sir.
the second point where it says Azure roles are used to manage the resources such as virtual machines and storage. So that is only limited to those types of I mean managing those types of things, not their permissions when it comes to what actions they will perform, not that type of permissions. Is that right?
Permission like virtual machine, whether you can delete, you can restart the machine, you can storage, you can only
Mhm.
read or you can download also or what, you know, you can add something to the storage like that, viewer access or contributor access like that.
But the thing is like if I apply Azure rules to any resource, that rules will be applied for all users assigned to that resource. I mean,
Role is not assigned to resource. Roles is assigned to user or group
no, but the
for a particular resource.
Azure rules are used to manage. Okay, are used to manage. Sorry. Azure rules are used to manage the resources such as virtual machine. Just think that we have a virtual machine and we have said that uh, virtual machine cannot, nobody can shut it down. It's like this.
Not nobody. Who can shut down and who cannot?
So what the use of assigning or giving manage to a specific resource?
Manage means like some users we want to give permission to create virtual machines. The contributor role we give. It's called contributor. They can create virtual machines. Some other users we may want to just give them access to the virtual machine.
Mm.
Once the machine is created, they can access the virtual machine, but they cannot create new virtual machines. Getting?
So that is the roles
Hmm.
assigned to users.
Yes, roles are assigned to users for the resources. What they can do with the resources.
Mm.
Got it?
Sir,
Again, Azure AD roles are assigned to users so that which user can access which application. Like getting, we don't want to give access to all the applications to all the users, right? We want to limit the access to the applications. Yeah.
sir, is these
Yes.
roles are same when we are using the roles and features?
What?
So we are using roles and features in Azure when we are have made the virtual machine, and when we connect, we have the manage, and in this manage we have roles and features. Are they same with this RBAC?
when creating Azure virtual machine that time.
So we made
What?
virtual machines, and after that we connect to the server, and after that we add roles and features.
No, no, that's different.
No,
That's
are they
different, my
same?
dear.
The these RBAC and this roles and features
No,
have
no,
they
no,
any
no, no.
connection?
You are talking different thing. That is the server. Once the server is created, then you add some roles. Like we added a role called web server, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Nice role. That is a different thing. This is for the users and groups we are saying. We are assigning roles to user and groups. What users can do. Right now, the Azure account which we have created, it is you have a admin right. You can do every damn thing. Once you log in by that account, it's I know it's our first account. Arfat, thank you so much again. Okay. Arfat, are you there?
Yes, sir, you're welcome.
Yes. Yeah, so we all are like administrators. But if we control access, then you will find that once you log into Azure, you will be having limited access. You will not be able to access everything. So in an organization, we have to control access to the Azure resources. Are you getting me now?
Yes, sir.
Hmm. Clear now? Okay, let's go to the next slide now. Okay, now next is default Azure roles. So these roles are there by default in Azure. So what are these default roles? One is, as I told you, you have sometimes default roles, like every organization has manager role default, correct? We have a reception role as default, right? Agent role, team leader role as default. Don't you have, correct? So same way they have created some default roles which you can use so that your job becomes easier. So what are those default roles? Owner role, contributor role, reader role, user access administrator role, right? Owner role means he has access to all resources, the ability to delegate access to other users as well. So you can make some user or group as owner for a particular resource. So that guy can control that. He can give access to other people also. He can do every damn thing with that resource. Ownership, owner role. Got it? Or you can give contributor role. Can create and manage Azure resources, but can't give access to other people. They can create new virtual machines. They can manage, means they can configure it. They can shut down, start, whatever they want to do, they can do with the resource, right? But they cannot give access to other people, correct? Reader can view existing Azure resource, khali view. They will not be able to do anything more than that. Means they can use it, but they cannot
Any changes?
make any changes. Reader role. And next is user access administrator. Can manage access to Azure resources. Means they can give permissions to the people, like what they can do with that particular
Resources.
resource. Because see, there's something called delegation. The word delegate means what? Anybody who can tell me what is delegate? The word delegate means what actually?
Sharing a power.
Sorry?
You assign a particular task to someone.
Yes. So we want to delegate. Delegate means we want to share the responsibility with other people. Okay. You're sharing the responsibility. If there is Azure, there is an administrator, and that guy he does every damn thing himself, then what will happen? He get very tired. Okay. Don't you think so?
Yeah, fine, yeah,
Very
exactly.
tired person.
Yeah.
So that's why you need to delegate. You have to delegate to other people to do the task for you. So you may make one user or one group of people that they will do. You can give them this role, user access administrator. So what this person can do, he can control access. Somebody comes, oh, I want access to this particular resource, so he can grant access to them, right?
Yeah.
They don't have to go to the main administrator for doing all that. Getting Mudassir, this was your concern, right? You were asking similar question to me, right? Start of
Yes,
the
yes.
class.
Oh, yeah, almost similar to this only. Yes.
Yes. Got it? So, so these are known as default Azure roles, which you can use to assign to any user or group for a particular resource. Clear? Any question? Anybody has any question?
No.
But if you want, you can make custom roles.
Hmm.
It's quite possible that you will make some new roles. So that is called custom roles. So that is when you make new roles. So that's called custom roles. So you can also have custom roles in that case, correct?
Yeah.
Now we go to this scope for Azure roles. Now we have seen subscription. Everybody, now we have seen which subscription we are using now at present?
Three.
Free subscription.
P1.
Hmm.
Free one, yes. Arfat has given the credit card and here's subscription we are using. Thank you, Arfat. I cannot thank you enough, Arfat.
Yes, sir.
I can see his happy face from here, even though he's not visible. I can imagine.
Yeah.
Sir,
After you
unless
say
and until I'm getting charged, I'm happy.
Yes, I have gone deep into your soul, so I can understand all your feelings. Okay. So, okay, Arfat, don't worry. I will always support you.
yeah, 20 rupees.
All right. Cap is also there, so we have more people to distribute if credit card is charged. So
Yeah.
20 rupees each means it can become up to 100 rupees, right?
Yeah.
100 to 100 rupees.
Okay.
Okay.
We all review, guys.
Okay, so we know subscription. What is subscription? We all know, right? But we want to assign roles. There are three levels or four levels rather, where we can give the permissions, where we can assign the roles. We can assign lowest is the resource. Directly we give permission to particular resource. We say you're owner of this particular resource, this virtual machine, khalas.
Hmm.
And that person can do only things with that virtual machine, right?
Hmm.
Or you can assign to a resource group. Resource group is a collection of all resources. We have seen that in Azure, if you want to do anything, you start by making resource group. So if you give a user or a group owner permission for a resource group, then what will happen?
All resources inside that
Yeah,
group will
the user can do everything. It can
Exactly.
assign all resources, the user can, or that particular group to whoever we have given the owner right, that person can do everything
Yeah.
with that resource. Whatever resources are there in that group, there can be one resource, two resource, three, four, 10 resources. Because we are giving the permission at the resource group level. But if we give the permission at the subscription level, owner of permission for at the subscription level, then what will happen?
He can do anything.
One subscription has many resource groups, right? So he can do anything for that particular subscription, right? But the company has many subscriptions. So what they do, they make management group. So one management group can have number of subscriptions. So if I give permission at the management group level, then what will happen?
All subscriptions.
Yeah. So that permission will be for all the subscription. Is this clear?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So this is for making the administration easy. What is the job? Why we make so many levels? So that our administrations can be easier.
Easier.
Clear, everyone? Can you take a snip of this?
Yes, Manoj. Yes,
Oh,
done that.
okay, so I will just show here my picture. Picture is easier to understand. You can see. So these are the four levels. Management group is the top level. One management group can have number of subscriptions, and each subscription can have number of resource groups, and each resource group can have number of resources. Clear? So if the permission is common to all the subscription, where will you give the permission? What level you will give?
Whatever, yeah.
Supposing you want to give some, say, reader permission to particular user or particular group to all the subscription in the company. So where will you give that permission?
Management group.
Yes, you
Management.
will assign it management level. So what will happen? Those users and groups, they will get reader access for all the subscriptions. Clear?
Yeah.
So mostly they will give such kind of thing to the CEOs, the head of the thing, because they don't want to operate. Those guys will only view, and by mistake they should not touch here and there, right? Sometimes they are crackpots, they will do something and something will happen. We don't want that thing to happen. Getting?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Clear, gentlemen? That I remember one customer whose subscription will be expiring soon. So just wondering. Good that he collected something.
You have to find out again another.
Huh?
We have to find out again another this Visa card, right?
Yes, one more. Arfat, do you have one more card, Baba?
Really? Who's got it?
No, I'm asking you. Do you have one more
No, no, no,
credit card?
sir. Only one.
Only one. Oh,
Yes, sir.
after your card, what
Lakshmi,
will happen?
Lakshmi Chit Fund.
That is it. That is it. What is it?
Lakshmi Chit Fund. See, he knows everything. Arfat knows everything about finance, right? He knows where to get money from. So still he's
No, sir.
worried.
I'm too bad at it.
Still that boy is worried. What is credit card? Okay. I think this part is clear to everyone, right?
Yeah.
Mudassir, clear to you?
Yes, yes, Manoj.
Okay, so BSc, this part is done. Manage. So this is the explanation of management group. So it has to group all subscription in one container. Easy to manage a number of subscriptions belonging to an organization, right? So quickly take a snip of this also.
No.
And subscription. Subscription is what? It is a billing entity, resource usage reports, billing, payment mode, like that. You can get for a subscription. Right? Take a snip of this. Then comes the resource group. Okay. Go to resource group. Resource group is a Azure solution. It contains all related resources for a solution. We can group many resources in one resource group. So if you remember when we created a virtual machine, we did that, right? We created a resource group and then we created a virtual machine in that. Is that right? Done? Okay, so we're done with the now Azure roles. Azure roles, I think everybody understood now. What is the Azure role? Okay, Kev,
Yes.
you were absent for so many days, so
I'm missing recording.
okay.
Where to find that recording? YouTube.
Okay. The next is Azure AD roles.
Yeah.
Let's go to Azure AD roles.
Yeah.
Okay. Ibrahim, you want some tea, coffee, or should be with time?
I want carbo. That's right.
Water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I can guess from his face. He needs water. Cold season also people need water.
That lady was teacher in my school, in my college.
This one. Oh, what was she teaching?
I think computer network.
Yes.
Yeah. And medicines. Yeah. No.
Okay. Now Azure AD roles. So Ibrahim does a lot of exercise, right? For good body.
Oh.
Teach me
Sometimes.
also. Take weights. You take weights or
I used to, but
no?
I quit.
Quit.
Genetics also. Yeah, I
Yeah,
quit.
genetics also. Okay, Azure AD roles now. Let's go to the next thing, Azure AD roles. Now, what is this Azure AD roles? Let's understand. As I told you, it is for other purpose, like for managing applications, managing users. Okay, so these are the default roles. Like global administrator is the default role for Azure AD roles. What we seen before is the what Azure roles, but now we look at the Azure AD roles. So the person who signs up for the directory is automatically assigned this role. So if you create a account subscription, okay, so automatically this role is assigned to you. Or the moment you create an active directory, a new active directory is created. Actually, when you create a new subscription, that time a directory is also created, right?
Mm.
So you become a global administrator for that automatically. So has access to administrative features of Azure AD.
Again, when we create a subscription,
Hmm.
what will happen?
When you create subscription, one Azure Active Directory is also created along with that. Okay, a directory is created.
Directly.
Hmm. By default, a default directory is there.
Yeah, direct.
Yeah, so you become global administrator for that. That person who created the subscription, you signed it.
He's a global.
Yes, like in this case, Arfat is the global administrator. His account we are using, right? He's a global administrator. Okay, see, so has access to all administrative features of Azure AD. Can give administrator access to other users who can reset password for any user or administrator. So this guy is like he can manage all the users. any administration it can do. This person can do. The
In,
first.
in case,
Hmm.
in case you remember that one time we had forgotten that password for the machine we should create it.
Hmm.
So for in that case, Arfat can with his account can means get make a new password or something like that, or he can log in with his username and password to that machine.
No, this is to sign into the Azure portal. This particular thing, what we are doing, we are signing to the Azure portal, no, with his username password, and we are able to access everything, right? Because we are having the privilege of global administrator. We are having the privilege of global administrator.
Yeah.
That's the reason. So we are able to access every damn thing there. Correct? Then clear now, everybody? Clear? Global administrator. So Arfat is the global administrator, and we are using his account. So we all are global administrator. But we can also create something known as user administrator. We can assign a role called user administrator to some other people. You create another a user and you can assign this role as user administrator. So what will happen? Can manage all aspects of user groups, can handle support tickets, monitor services, reset password for certain types of users. If somebody forgets a password, this guy can reset the password for them. If supposing some problem comes, you raise ticket to Microsoft company, so he can work on the tickets. He can talk to Microsoft company. So that is a user administrator. Monitor some services to see how the services are working. So this guy who is having user administrator role can do all this job. Is this clear now? Getting?
Yes.
So that is user administrator.
We have in creative user administrator after the
No, we have not done anything of that sort so far. All we have done is just Arfat.
virtual machine.
Only Arfat, Arfat. You can see Arfat only there. Right. The poor chap. Where is he? Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When he's saying yes, also that,
I
what
think,
that in that voice
yeah,
also
I think he was
some
arranging.
anything
I
what?
think he was arranging second credit card.
No, 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 no. I have only one.
अरे उसके यस सर में भी
That's
कितना
already
दर्द भरा
used.
हुआ है, कितना दर्द भरी दास्ता लगता है, ऐसा ही लगता है
बहुत, sir.
रिकॉर्डिंग सुनना यस सर कैसे बोला, यस सर, यस सर, सर पूरा दर्द से भरा हुआ है. हमारा है ना एक स्टाफ मेंबर सुफियान, उस पे गजल लिख सकता है, शायरी लिख सकता है उसके. ओके. Then we have something called billing administrator. So billing administrator can make purchases. Suppose you want some more thing to be purchased, some more services to be subscribed to, manage subscription, support tickets, monitor service health. So like that, these roles are created for delegation purpose. So that the global administrator doesn't have to do everything. The global administrator can delegate the work to other people, right? So that they can help him, assist him to do the job, administration job.
It seems like company hierarchy.
Yes, it's same. Same. You have to
Wow,
create a
sir.
delegated access. Always remember, if you want to become a successful, then you should know how to delegate. Delegate things. Without you, also things should be working. The global administrator should only rest under a AC. Everything works. He should just check everything is fine. If something happens, he should intervene. Okay. To make it very, very clear. Okay. Yeah. The scope of Azure AD roles is only to Azure AD. So it works on Azure AD. It has got nothing to do with the management groups or subscriptions or resource groups or resource. So these are the roles for the AD, Active Directory roles, Azure Active Directory roles. Okay, clear everyone? Mudassir, clear?
Yes, yes, Manoj.
Any questions, please ask. Okay, now elevation of access of Azure AD Global Administrator. So Azure AD Global Administrator can elevate the access so that it can gain the permission of user access administrator role. With that, it can manage permission for subscription for that directory. So Azure AD Global Administrator is mostly what his role is on the AD, right?
Yeah.
But he can also make himself user access administrator, which is a Azure role. He can elevate himself. He can so that even he can give permissions to the resources on that subscription, right? For that directory. Whatever subscriptions are there in that directory, he can get access to that also, right?
So in
So that
simple
is
terms,
another thing.
he has the only power. He has the power.
Hmm?
Only he has the power.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's the first user, no? Okay, so this is clear now?
Manoj,
Yeah.
this word elevate,
Hmm.
what does that mean exactly? I mean, in what sense it can elevate the access to itself? Because as a AD global administrator, it has already got all the accesses.
Hmm. No, it has access to only Active Directory, no? We have seen that there are two types of roles. What are the two types of roles? One is Azure roles. Azure roles means what?
Yeah. For the resources.
Resources. Another is
Yeah.
Azure AD roles is for the Active
Like
Directory, right?
users, Active
Active
Directory, yeah.
Directory.
Yeah.
Hmm. So this guy can also make himself a user access administrator role. He can give himself a user access administrator role so that he can manage permissions for resources as well. Okay. We'll see. We'll try to do this practically and see. Hmm?
Okay. Okay.
See, for example, here you can see. Okay, have you taken a snip of this first? First, take a snip. Then I'll show you one diagram. Have you taken snip of this? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Manoj, can you show the previous slide also just for a second?
Previous one. Okay.
Yeah, the one where you had your cursor. Oh no,
This
I think
one.
it's okay. Yeah, this one, this one.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think I have this snip, and the next one, the one
Next
below
one
it.
I'm going to show now.
Okay, you're going to show that now. Okay, I think I have it now. Thank you.
This is the one.
Okay.
Yeah. So do you see this? Hmm? So you can see the AD roles and Azure roles. Azure roles have scope like this, and this global administrator oblique user access admin. So that means this guy can manage Active Directory as well as it can manage the resources. Right? This guy, global administrator, is here. He can do both the jobs. Right? Clear now?
So in simple terms, we can say Azure has given the rights to this Arafat or this global admin because he is subscribed, and then he can give the power or other, we can say, control to this root management or management group.
Yeah, he can directly get access to the users and groups. We have to learn how to create users and groups, and then we can assign permissions to them at various levels.
Yes. There's one option also when we use, like when we connect, when then we have roles and features, and other than we have also uh this option, yeah, users and something like that.
What? Where did you find roles and features?
So when we connect to
After
the
we connect
server,
to the server.
yeah,
Ah, so
below
but that
that,
is server, no.
no, so below that there's also a option like users and something.
But that is only for that particular server.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. I'm going the like wrong direction then.
Mhm. Okay, so guys, understood this far? Clear? So what we studied today is the roles, right?
Yeah.
We studied two types of roles. One is
Azure roles and
Azure roles, other is Azure
yeah,
AD
yeah,
roles.
yeah.
We also reviewed the previous concepts, and then we studied what is Azure roles and what are Azure AD roles, right? We saw that. Then we saw what are the role is a collection of permissions, right? We saw that there are some default roles, Azure roles. What are the default roles? Owner, contributor, reader, and user access administrator role, correct?
Yeah.
Then we saw in AD roles, we have global administrator role. Then
The user.
billing administrator, right? What else? By default, what all we have? User administrator, global administrator, and billing administrator. These three roles are common, right? And we saw that global
Yes.
administrator has elevated access, right? He can perform the AD task as well as he can manage the resources as shown in this diagram. Correct?
Yeah.
Is this clear to everyone now?
Yes.
And we have seen that Azure roles can be granted at the management group level or see here, root management group, it has got sub management group. So we can make any hierarchy. This is your business hierarchy. Sometimes you have main branch, you have sub branch, sub branch, and then subscription like that. So we can make really a big hierarchy for management group. And we can assign role at any level here like this. Okay, clear?
Yeah.
So that is how it works. Then about the role definition and all, we'll see next class. In the next class, whenever we connect, on Saturday we are going to connect now, right? Next. So on Saturday, I'm planning to take one new topic, and next week then we'll do practicals on this, on the Azure AD.
So
Okay,
Manoj, for
everyone?
Saturday, can you record? Yeah. For Saturday, can you record the session because I won't be there this
Yeah,
weekend. So
yeah, yeah. Okay, any questions from today's class? I think it's clear to everyone. Hmm?
yes,
Yes, Manoj.
yeah,
Okay, thanks so much. Thanks for connecting
yeah.
with me today. I'll see you in the
Thank you,
next
Manoj.
class. Bye bye.
Okay, sir.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.